What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out a multi-tool from Summit Gear. That's right, we checked out another model in the past or recently here on the channel. This is another multi-tool from them. I came across Summit Gear as a brand over on TikTok. I requested a few products to review and share with you guys, and they were nice enough to send a handful of different products you probably have seen on recent uploads, but this one here should be an interesting one, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'll have links for it anywhere you can find it and buy it, including TikTok, on my Miguel EDC landing page. So if you want to check it out, it's going to be on my showcase over there. And again, all other links down in the description and pin comments. But right off the bat, we have a very nice nylon sheath going on here with a strap back there if you want to mount it on your belt or a backpack or what have you. Has a nice little clip here in the front. Summit Gear branding as well. And overall, I mean, it looks pretty decent, high quality, right, as well. So that's looking good. Raw, very good first impression there so far. And here's the multi-tool itself. Now this one is looking definitely interesting and somewhat unique in a way, because, you know, a lot of these overseas multi-tools that we see, a lot of them tend to have some sort of Leatherman Wave or Leatherman Search sort of clone look to them, but this one's looking like something totally different. So we have aluminum. This definitely feels like aluminum scales on the outside. Let me get my, yeah, I'm getting some pull, but it's from the steel underneath. Yeah, I'm getting some pull, but it's from the steel underneath. Underneath, Miguel, it's a word. Under and neath. You put them together, it becomes underneath. Anyways, also have some black, I'm assuming. What are these? This is aluminum as well. I am getting a little bit of movement on this one. Moving there a little bit. Not sure why. I'm sure that's not intentional. This one doesn't move. This one does move a bit. I don't know. Again, these are budget multi-tools and budget products, so a little bit of inconsistency like that is to be expected. But these look like maybe plastic, you know, little inserts or what have you. Definitely no pull on these. Maybe like rubber little inserts, right, to kind of give it some nice aesthetics. We have definitely loving the hardware used here, right, somewhere like T15 or so, right, and it has some nice aesthetics to it. And yeah, let's go ahead and open the thing here, shall we? Oh, okay, got some resistance right there, and then bam, boom. Okay, these are spring loaded. All right, check that out. And okay, they put a little extra sauce, a little bit of designer flair on the pliers. We got some circles and some, you know, different holes and whatnot on both sides. It doesn't say the good old stainless steel like most of them do, but that's kind of a given, right? We have the fine head pliers, regular pliers, and then we have, of course, the wire cutters, which are not replaceable. There is no way to, at least not that I see, to unscrew these and replace them. So that's weird, right? Typically they will have something like an actual T6 or a T8 hardware that you can unscrew and replace them. If they actually provide replacement, some of them do, some of them don't, right, as far as wire cutters go. So it's a little bit of a hit or miss right there. But yeah, the straightforward pliers, right, spring loaded. Also feel comfortable on hand, I'm not gonna lie, right? Handles are nice and comfortable. But let's see what other tools we have. Now, these are not accessible from the outside, so that's a little bit of a change. The other model we looked at was very reminiscent of the Leatherman Wave, so you can access at least 4 tools from the outside without having to open the actual pliers. But here, we don't really have access to much, but we can just about unlock the tools from the outside and nothing else. So we're gonna have to go one side at a time, I guess. Starting with this side, we have a flathead screwdriver there with a nice file on both sides, a nail nick for ease of access, cross pattern on this side, only diagonal on this side, and also kind of like a pry bar or a flathead in a pinch. And here's the locking piece, right? So it is locked right now, a little bit of wiggle, right? And then you push down on this thing and then you can fold it away, right? So that's your locking system there. You can use your nail here too, and man, there's quite the space in between these guys. That's why the handles look so thick, right? Got a bunch of washers in between all of these, and they're nice and spread out, whereas typically you will see them a lot closer to each other. So I don't know if necessarily that's a win or a miss on my book, but you guys let me know. Some of these are a little bit harder to get at sometimes, so I'm just gonna get them all out here, more or less. Right, we got this one thing right here. Now I don't know if this one brought some paperwork or not, but we got kind of like an all tool in its own way. It doesn't have the actual hole, but it does look kind of like a all tool. And then we have another flathead bit right here. Yes, a little bit thinner, it's a little bit smaller. And then we have this guy. So this guy has multiple functions. This one right here is going to be a box opener, it looks like, right at the tip. Bottle opener, can opener, and also a wire cutter, even though it's weird. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't see this wire cutter being sharp on either side. So I'm not entirely sure if I can actually use that as a wire cutter or not. It's not sharp on this side. It's also not sharp on this side. So I don't know. Leave me your best guesses in the comments and we'll go from there. But over to the other side, if we can switch around. There we go. Let's try that. Again, really, so far, not necessarily a huge fan of accessing the tools from the inside. I'd rather access them from the outside. That's just me. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what's more your cup of tea. But here we go. All right, we're now getting somewhere. We got the blade right there. Right, nice drop point blade, if you would. We'll test it here in just a second, see how it cuts. We have a saw. This is, I want to say a saw is more of like a serrated blade on the opposite end. You have a serrated blade. Another, man, how many of these do we have? Another flathead, kind of flathead looking tool here, right? So we saw one of those on this side, and I know I'm not going crazy. There it is. And then the actual file itself was a flathead / pry bar. So a little bit of redundancy with this one here, right? We kind of saw it already, if you ask me. And finally, at last, we have our regular Phillips head driver right here, right? So very standard, not too big, not too small, should be able to handle most Phillips head needs out there. But again, accessing these from the inside kind of feels a little bit weird. I don't know that I have done any multi-tool that has the majority of all its features accessed from the inside instead of the outside. But we're here, let's get scientific with it. As far as the blade goes, by the way, I didn't see a pair of scissors anywhere, so this one does not have scissors, so something to factor in, something to keep in mind there. But whatever steel this is, future me slap it on the screen. It doesn't say it anywhere, but okay, that's not looking like a good start. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Okay, Miguel. This is paper. This is a blade. You've done this before. I mean, first of all, it's kind of awkward to hold it like this, so I'm trying to get at it from the best possible way. When it does cut, it basically chews the paper, right? The paper is kind of chewed up. Like, look how chewed up that looks. That's not a clean cut in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, so let me keep trying here. What the, come on now. Summit Gear, you can do this. Maybe, there you go, I'm gonna force the cut. If I stab, try to cut, like even that, right? So I'm gonna open a hole, try to cut the rest of the way. I still kind of cutting the paper in a weird way, so doesn't feel right. Yeah, that not cutting paper necessarily the best. And to prove that I'm not going completely crazy, here's a brand new piece of paper. Again, even biting into the paper to get the initial bite is not doing that. So again, Summit Gear, different multi-tool here. We got a chance to check this one out here not that long ago. Very Leatherman wave sort of clone. But yeah, same deal here. We got a blade. And look at the difference, right? This, oh, breaking news. This is how a knife should cut, right? I mean, come on. Look at the difference, right? Again, same brand. I don't know if it's different OEMs and Summit Gear just slaps their logo on it or what have you. I know a lot of, drop shipping brands out there exist. A lot of them are doing private labels and whatnot. Wouldn't be surprised if this brand is one of them because we don't really know all that much about Summit Gear. But Here's an example. This one works really good. This guy, on the other hand, not necessarily the best. So cardboard here, cutting a piece of cardboard at a diagonal angle for better performance. Let's see if it's any different. Okay, that's a struggle. That's not necessarily the best cut you've ever seen. I mean, yeah, definitely starts crunching the cardboard right away. And that's not a clean cut at all. So, brand new piece of cardboard, going back to this other model here. And same thing, cutting at a diagonal angle. Right, big difference, right? The difference between cutting and not cutting, which, you know, I know all of my channel viewers, all of you guys are very familiar with. So I don't know. I don't know that this is necessarily recommendable given the actual knife performance itself. Now, maybe the knife piece is not that important to you, but you know, about 90% of the content in this channel is mainly knives, along with other stuff, flashlights, multi-tools, and stuff like that. But guys, let me know. All right, let me know if this is something that you would consider, right? Rate that performance on your end. And, you know, will you consider sharpening this thing? Again, got to double check the steel. But yeah, I don't think it doesn't necessarily feel acceptable in my book. I've given knives in the channel here a hard time because as a knife, right, obviously cutting is the primary task. With a multi-tool, you do have other functionality, but I'll tell you, man, the combination of that, knife not cutting so well, most of the tools being accessible only from the inside and not the outside, and the wire cutters not being replaceable at all. I don't know. I don't know that I can recommend this one. Definitely would love to hear your thoughts on it, guys. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this particular one, right? If you do want to check it out at your own risk, I'll still have a link down below so you can check it out. But again, given all the things I mentioned there, I don't know that I would necessarily recommend this guy. There's plenty of options to choose from, especially if you really, you know, want to pick one up from this brand. Highly recommend the Leatherman Wave sort of clone model, right? That one was pretty solid in all aspects. You can also replace the wire cutters on that one. Tools, you got 4 different tools accessible from the outside. If you want to go American made, right, the good old FREE P4 is my favorite. This was a birthday gift from my wife, I think maybe like a year or 2 years ago now, and I've really been loving this thing since. If you want to look at something that breaks the mold a little bit and it doesn't look so Leatherman wavy or Surge-y, Leatherman Surge-y, all right, check out the Roxon Phantom right here. That one's pretty good. I do have content on it here in the channel. Or you can check out the Flagship Pro from NexTool. Right, this one's also pretty sweet. Again, all these are highly recommendable. I have links for all these down below if you guys want to check out more details. I will take any of those over this guy any day of the week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. What are your thoughts on this one? Right, what do you like about it? Is there anything you love about it? What do you dislike about it? Let's have a full-blown discussion down in the comment section below. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.